Keep safe. Remember to sanitize all the time. And keep safe. Enjoy and goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm Joshi. And make sure to always make a helicopter circle, stretching your arms out and spinning around like me. And make sure you're not touching anyone while doing this. Goodbye!
Today we're going to do a revision exercise of fractions. So this is a very good exercise to make sure now that you understand. So we're looking at addition, subtraction, multiply and divide. That is the 4 operations that we're looking at now all the time. So in the first place you must decide which one of these we have here. If it is addition and subtraction, then the key word is the LCM. And if we multiply and divide, we're going to cancel. That's what we're going to do basically. Right, so if you look now here at the first one, so it's always about the sign, the number, and the letter, the index there. That's what we have to look at all the time there. So the signs are positive here, so my answer here is definitely going to be a positive. It's going to be a positive there. Now let's divide. 3, what you do at the bottom, you must do at the top. What you do with the numerator, you must do with the denominator. So I divide by 3 and I divide by 3. I can divide the 2 into the 4, and then this 2 and this 2 will cancel out, so my number is a 1. Now the indices. What is the rule for indices? If you multiply, you add. If you divide, you subtract. So this is then x3, divide by that one. 3 minus 3 is 0, and anything to the power of 0 is 1. So that one eliminates. Then y2 plus this one is y to the power of 3. And there is also a y to the power of 3, so that will cancel out. So now we still have z. 5 minus 3 is z to the power of 2. Grade 10s, this is important that you will first do the exercise and then watch the video. First do your exercise, otherwise it won't help. Right, number B, here I've done step number 1 for you. It was divide. And when we divide, we multiply with a reciprocal. So that's my step 1. If I look at my signs here, it's a positive times a negative. So this one's answer is going to be a negative. Right, now the numbers, the 3 and the 2, we cannot actually cancel or divide anything there. So we can keep it as 3 over 2. Nothing can cancel. Now the indices. A to the power of 2, and here we have a to the power of 3 and a to the power of 1. So this is a to the power of 4. You go where the biggest one is, minus that one is then a squared. So we write it there because the biggest one is here, a4 minus a squared. Now the b's, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 minus 1 is b to the power of 4, b to the power of 4. Right, the next one, number 2. Now this time it is addition and subtraction, can you see? So now the key word is the LCM. I need to find the lowest common multiple. And the lowest common multiple in this case will be, I need a 4 and a 6 and an 8, something that they can divide in, and that would be 24. Then I need an x squared, and I need y squared. I don't need another y because it's the lowest common multiple. So now we're going to multiply with the LCM, and this is a very important step. Don't be lazy to write this out every time, because otherwise you're going to make mistakes. I multiply each term with the LCM. I multiply each one there and cancel. The LCM, now we're going to cancel here. So the 4 divides into the 24 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. This x will cancel out, so then it is y squared. Here, it's a minus. The 6 will divide into 24 4 times. X squared, and the 1y will cancel out there, so it's y to the power of 1. And here, 8 divides into 24 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. And now this will cancel out, and there you have x squared. There's no like terms, so that is the answer. We cannot simplify any further. Number B is also addition and subtraction. Just look at this one. This is a whole number. You do not take 5 for the LCM because it is a whole number. So the question is now, what is the LCM? So I need an a squared and a b. So it's a squared b times a squared b times a squared b, all the terms, also this one, a squared b, and we cancel. So this one will cancel out totally. There's a 2. Here the b will cancel out, the 1a will cancel out, so minus 3a to the power of 1. Here the 1a will cancel out, so it is plus 4ab. And this one will then be minus 5a squared b. Again, there's no like terms. That is my answer. I don't need to simplify anything further. Question 3. Now, remember, we can only cancel when it's multiplication. But now we have to factorize as well, because here we have the difference between squares. Now, let's just go back to factorize. And we said we have 4 methods to factorize. And you have to decide which one is it every time. So it's the highest common factor. It is the difference between squares. And remember, we said usually this is 2 terms. It is a trinomial, which is usually 3 terms, or it is grouping, which is usually 4 terms. So we are also looking now at factorization again. If you don't understand, please try to follow now here. I always have to check out for highest common factor. Don't see anything here. This is the difference between squares. So I'm going to factorize this one, and this is then x minus 3, x plus 3. I first factorize. Now I can cancel. The 2 will divide into the 8 4 times. And this x minus 3 and that one can cancel out. So there is my final solution. There is my final solution for that one. Number B. Do I need to factorize? Yes. Here I need to factorize. This time it's the highest common factor. It's not difference between squares because this is not a square number. You need square numbers there. So this is the highest common factor. So I'm going to take out the y, and then it's y minus 2 there. So now we can cancel. So this y can cancel with that y. And actually nothing further. So the answer is then 2y minus 3 over y minus 2. And you cannot cancel there anything, no, never. You can only cancel if it's multiplication. So here we have number C, and again I need to factorize. This is the highest common factor, so we take out x plus 2. This is also the highest common factor, so you take out 2x minus 4. This is the difference between squares, so it's x minus 2, x plus 2. I first need to factorize before I can cancel. Right, now it's the nice part where we cancel. What I do at the bottom, I do at the top. And that's it. So my answer is then x, actually 2x, because the 2 is also there, x minus 4, and this is then over, oh no, sorry, this one can cancel out with this one. This x plus 4, this, no, x minus 4. It's sometimes good to put it in brackets, but then you can see it clearly, so those two will cancel out. So then I have 2x left over, and then here it's x minus 2. So there's my final solution for this one. Question 4. Now this time it's a trinomial, because there's 3 terms, and this one is the difference between squares. So now I'm going to factorize that trinomial. Now you will remember we said what times what gives me that first term. I need to write down the factors. What times what gives me the last term, and that was the factors of 5. And now if we subtracted it, then we need 3. So it will be like this. So this is then 2y and y. I want to combine the 2 with a 1, the 1 with a 5. Signs differ. Biggest combination, this is your biggest combination, is the negative. And the other one then positive. This one is the difference between squares. So it's y minus 1, y plus 1. The middle term falls away. And now we can cancel. There's my cancel. And I have 2y minus 5 over y minus 1. Question B. Again, this is a trinomial. Both of them there. So I'll have to factorize brackets, brackets. It's the factors of 3, which can only be 3 and 1. Signs are equal. Both will be positive. And this one is then another trinomial there. It's the factors of 2 and 5. We can use the ones that we had just now. So it's 2y and y. And 5 and 1 will be the others. There's a 7y in the middle. So that one is then 5, and there's 1. Signs are equal. Both will be positive. 5y plus 2y gives me the 7y. Now I can cancel. So that's going to cancel, and your answer is y plus 3 over 2y plus 5. Now we look at number C. Now look at this one, 4 terms, so now it is grouping. I hope you can identify it. So first we're going to factorize here, grouping, highest common factor there, so it's a plus b. And then there, minus c, the common factor there is c, a plus b. check your signs, minus AC, minus BC, so that is correct in there. And here again, we're going to do the same thing of grouping, so it's A plus B, plus C, A plus B. But we're not finished now there. Remember, grouping is a double HCF, so I'm going to take out that second HCF there, so it's A plus B, and we times then with A minus C. Same thing here. We take out the A plus B, and then A plus C remains. Now we can cancel. This will cancel out. So the answer is A minus C over A plus C. Right, the next one. The next one then, question 5. Again, factorization. We cannot cancel if we don't factorize here. Highest common factor, so it will be that I take out here a 2, and then there remain x squared minus 16. 2x, I will take out 2x, and then there remain x squared minus 16. Over, this one is the highest common factor, so I can take out x plus 4, times x. This one is also the highest common factor. It's just x minus 4 that we have now there. But this one can factorize further. Look at this. This is the difference between squares. So I can factorize this one to be x minus 4, x plus 4. I can factorize that one further. And now you can cancel. So the x and the x will cancel. This one and this one will cancel. This x and this x will cancel. So I have 2, and this x plus 4 and x plus 4 can also cancel. So that is my solution 2 for that one. Number B, it's multiplication. I already did step 1, it was division, so you multiply with a reciprocal. So I already did step 1 there, and we're going to factorize this whole thing now here. So this one is the highest common factor A minus 4. This one is the difference between squares, so it will be A minus 4 times A plus 4. And now we multiply with, and there I take out the highest common factor of 2A, A plus 4. And here the highest common factor is A squared, A plus 4. So first factorize, and now we can cancel. So the A plus 4 and the A plus 4 can cancel. This A and 1A here can cancel, that A and the other one can cancel. This A minus 4 and that one can cancel, so we have 2 over A plus 4. 2 over A plus 4. And question C then there, still factorization. It was also division, so I multiply with the reciprocal there. So let's factorize. This one is a trinomial. Hope you can recognize them by now. It's the factors of 2, which is 2 by 1. Signs are equal, both will be positive. Over, this one is 2A. That one remains A squared. And now here, it's again the difference between squares, which will be A minus 2, A plus 2. The difference between squares. We can cancel. That one cancels out. A plus 2. This A, one of them here will cancel out. So it's A1. So this one will be A plus 1 over the 2 there, A minus 2. There's our solution. Question D. I need to factorize. So this is where I have to factorize. This one is going to be y, and y factors is 2 and 3 of 6. Signs differ. The biggest combination is negative. So that one is negative and that one is positive. This is over. And this is again the highest common factor of 3, y minus 2. So here we factorized. And now we can cancel. So this y minus 2 and this one will cancel. Y plus 2 and that y plus 2 will cancel out. And then there remains y minus 3 over 3. And I cannot cancel those 3's. Remember, this is subtraction. No, never. That's what you cannot do. And question 6. Now this time it's again addition and subtraction. So what is my keyword? LCM. It's nice to put brackets around there so that you can see that LCM. So the LCM is now going to be x plus 2 times x plus 3. X plus 2 times x plus 3. And now we still multiply with that LCM. X plus 2, x plus 3. Do not be lazy for this step. Otherwise you're going to struggle. X plus 3. And cancel. So this one cancels out. Then you have 2x plus 6. Here this one cancels out. This negative is for the whole one. So you'll need to multiply both of them with a negative x. That's why it's negative 2x here. Be careful because this is where we get the mistake. And the answer is then negative x squared. This 2 will cancel out plus 6 over, and my LCM is still x plus 2, x plus 3. Don't throw the LCM away. You need to keep that LCM. We need that LCM. Remember, this is a whole number. So the LCM is 2t plus 5. So your LCM is 2t plus 5. So if I multiply now with 2t plus 5 and multiply with 2t plus 5, then here it will be 4t plus 10. Here we're going to cancel, so it's plus 3t minus 1. And now we just add our like terms. 4 plus 3 is 7t. 10 minus 1 is plus 9 over 2t plus 5. And the very last sum there, again it's subtraction. What is going to be my LCM? My LCM is x minus 3, x plus 3. We multiply the 2 there. So you multiply with x minus 3, x plus 3. And here we also multiply with x minus 3, x plus 3. And cancel. So it is then 2x plus 6. X plus 4. So here's a problem now here. The LCM is there plus 4. So this will be 2x plus 8. And this one is also then plus 4 there. This will cancel. Remember the negative is now for the whole one there. So it's negative x plus 3. Negative times a negative is a positive. And then we can say that this is x plus 11 over, and your LCM remains x minus 3, x plus 4. Right. Thank you, grade 10s. That's then fractions with factorization.
soap and water? You got rid of all the germs on Achilles' hands.
Today we're going to do revision of this algebra chapter now here. Right, we're doing today Trinomial 35 and 36. The first question is a product. They just say solve, so that means we want to multiply the one outside the bracket with each one inside the bracket. So that one's answer is 6. Remember what I do with my indices? I add my indices. Then a positive times a negative is a negative. 2 times 5 is 10. And I rewrite my indices, my letters. This one is a little bit more difficult because I can multiply in here, but I also have to solve this. And you actually have to do this part first. And remember, what is the meaning of this? It actually means it is x minus 3 times x minus 3. And put it in extra brackets because you still have to come back to this negative here. Otherwise, your signs are going to be wrong. So we do it like that. So the first step here is now 2x minus 10. And now I'm going to do this part here. So it is x squared, FOIL. Can you remember FOIL? First, last, inner, outer. So it is x squared minus 6x plus 9. Now I have to multiply that negative 1 in that one in there. So I have now 2x minus 10, the first part there. Then you have minus x squared plus 6x, negative times a negative, and then minus 9. And then in a final step, we can add the like terms. So it is then negative x squared plus 8x minus 19. And that is my final solution. The B part is now long division, and you must be able to do long division. So what did we say here? Divide, multiply, subtract. So how many times will k divide into this one? And the answer is k squared times. Then you multiply. Then we have k to the power of 3 minus 4k squared. Then the last step is subtraction. When we subtract, we change the second signs and add. So this one eliminates, and this one is then plus 9k squared. I bring down this one, minus 32k. Again, how many times will k divide into this one? Plus 9k times. Multiply, 9k squared, and that one is minus 36k. Step 3, subtract. So we change the second signs and add. This one eliminates. Negative 32 plus 36 is 4k. We bring down the negative 7. How many times will it now divide? Plus 4 times. Multiply. Then you have 4k minus 16. Still subtracting. Don't forget that. Change the second signs. This one eliminates. Negative 7 plus is 9. So we have remainder 9. A remainder of 9 there. Right, now number C. This time it's addition. Addition of fractions. And what is our keyword? LCM. So what would be the LCM here? I need a 4 and I need x minus 3. So I multiply with the LCM. and I multiply with the LCM and cancel. So now you still have to multiply those two brackets together, which is x squared minus 6x plus 9, each one with each one there. This will cancel out. I have to multiply with 4x minus 3, so that will then be plus 16. So this gives us x squared minus 6x plus 25, and this is then over 4x minus 3. 4x minus 3. Right, try now 36. So it's still revision that we're doing here. Here we have to factorize. So the highest common factor there, this is what this one is, the highest common factor. So it's x minus 5. Opposite of what we do with products now. This one is a trinomial. So what do we know? Factorize means brackets, brackets. So we take the factors of the first number there, and you take the factors of the last number there, and if you add them, it must give you 11. So it will work like this. Can you see 10 and 1? So this is then 2x and x. I want to combine the 2 with a 5. There's my arrows. 1 by 1. Signs are equal. Both will be negative. And now in the B part, they ask you to put the 2 on top of each other, simplified. So it's x minus 5 over this 2x over x minus 5. And now we can eliminate. So they will cancel out. And the final solution is then x over 2x minus 1. Question C. So remember, this is a whole number. That's not your LCM. This is your LCM. So the LCM will be 5 minus x. So I multiply with 5 minus x, and I multiply here with 5 minus x. So here I can't cancel. It will then be 10x minus x squared. You multiply it in. Here this will cancel out, minus 10x. So this 2 will eliminate, and your final answer is the negative x squared over 5 minus x. Over 5 minus x. Right, that's then our summary. And now we're going to factorize here, number 2. What is this? It's a trinomial. So the factors will then be x and x. Which factors of 20? So it could be 5 and 4, 10 and 2, or 20 and 1. Which one will we choose? If you subtract it, it must give you 1. So that will be 5 and 4. Signs differ. The biggest combination, which is this one, is negative, and that one is positive. This one, this is the difference between squares. All of these are square numbers here. So factorize means brackets, brackets. So it's m minus 2n and m plus 2n. Okay. Now this one, they've asked you to write it like this and to find the value of k. So this is also the difference between squares, because all of these are square numbers. So if I factorize that one, it will be m squared minus 4n and m squared plus 4n, which means k is equal to 4. K is equal to 4. Just another way of asking it. And then we come to question D. Again, this is fractions. It's subtraction. I need to find, what was my keyword? The LCM. And what is then the LCM here? It will be x minus 3, x plus 4. So I multiply with x minus 3, x plus 4, and I times with x minus 3, x plus 4. And cancel. So then you have 2x plus 8. Cancel here. Look at this one, minus x plus 3. Look at the signs there. So it is then x plus 11 over x minus 3, x plus 4. X plus 4. Very nice revision exercises that we have then here. Right, grade 10s? I do hope you understand. Otherwise, do these exercises again. Our last lesson now on this part of the algebra on which you are writing achievement test next week. Make sure that you understand. First do the exercises before you watch the video and mark it. If you still have problems, go back to those specific areas. We are covering everything here. Right, so the first one is products, just removing the bracket. This should be very easy. So there it is 6m plus 3n. And 5m minus 5n. So now I can add my like terms. So it is 11m minus 2n. Use your calculator so that you don't make mistakes. Here when we multiply, it's the first one with the first one, the last one with the last one, inner, outer. So this will be, now remember, if we multiply, we add. So a half plus a half is a to the power of 1. And then a positive times a negative is a negative. B, a half plus a half is b to the power of 1. Number C is quite a difficult one. This is one term. It's not 16 minus 4. You first have to do this calculation before we go back to the 16. So this is now going to be 16 minus 4. And I am first going to do this part now here, 3x minus 2, rewrite it, times 3x minus 2, and you first do that calculation. So this is now 9x squared plus 4, and then minus 6x, which is minus 12x. Now we can multiply with a 4. So now it becomes 16 minus 36x squared plus 48x and then minus 16. These two will cancel out. So your final answer is negative 36x squared plus 48. Question 2 is now factorize. This is now the opposite of what we've been doing now. So remember the 4 steps, the highest common factor, the difference between squares, trinomials, grouping. Which one is this? If you look at this one, this is the highest common factor, and we can take out 3p, and then there will be p plus 4. There's your answer for that one. Number 4 has 4 terms, so this is grouping. And I've grouped them together like that. So the common factor now there is x, then there remains a plus b. The common factor here is y, and if you take it out, I have a plus b. Grouping is a double HCF. So I take out that a plus b, and what remains? X plus y. So that's your 2 factors. Number C is a tough cookie. This is a trinomial. It means brackets, brackets. So the first term must give you the 2. So we write down the factors of 2. The last one should give you a 3. which is then 3 by 1. Now it reads, if you subtract it, it must give you a 5. That's why we're going to say 6 and 1, and there's the answer of 5. So you choose now 2x, and you want to combine the 2 with the 3. Follow those arrows. This is x and 1. 1 and 1. You want to combine 1 with a 1. Signs differ. The biggest combination, which is here, is minus, and that one is positive. Right. Now, this is addition. So, this is 2x. 3 minus 2x. Just make sure about that one. Number 3 plus 2x over 3. So this is now addition of fractions, which means the LCM. Remember, these are whole numbers, so they're not part of the LCM. What would be the LCM here? 6x. So I multiply with 6x, multiply with 6x, multiply with 6x, multiply with 6x, and cancel. So the x and the x will cancel. 2 divides into 6 3 times, so then we have 9. Here 3 divides into 6 twice, so that gives us 4x. Here's nothing to cancel, so that is then plus 18x. And here's also nothing to cancel, and this is going to be minus 12x squared, which is then equal to, so this is still my LCM of 6x, and at the top I have now negative 12x squared, I have plus 22x plus 9. There's your final answer. You cannot cancel x's now, only if it is multiplication. Question B. Write it as a single fraction. We write it as a single fraction. So again, what is the key word? LCM. It's a good idea to use brackets there. So what would be your LCM now here? And it will be y plus 5 times y plus 1. So I multiply with y plus 5, y plus 1. And here also I multiply with y plus 5, y plus 1. And now we can cancel. Now we can cancel. So this will cancel, which means you still need to multiply those two brackets with each other. So it is y squared plus 1 plus 2y in the middle. Here I can cancel those two. Now the negative is for the whole fraction, so it is negative y squared, negative 5y. Negative 5y there. So this 2 will eliminate. Plus 2 minus 5 is then equal to negative 3y plus 1. And this is then over y plus 5. Don't throw your LCM away. You need to put it there. There's your LCM. Question 4. What do we have here? 2 trinomials. And we'll have to factorize them before we can simplify anything. Right, so this is a trinomial. Factorize there. X and x. Which factors of 20, when you subtract it, will give you a 1? That is 5 and 4. Signs differ. The biggest combination. Now, which one is the biggest one? This one. So this one is negative, and that one is positive. Look at this one. It's not a trinomial. Look there, this is x to the power of 3. So I will first take out the highest common factor here, x, and then I have x squared minus 10x plus 25. Now it's a trinomial. Now I can factorize it further here. So I'll keep that x, and now I need to factorize this trinomial. So it will be x and x. Which factors of 25? will give you a 10 when you add it, 5 and 5. Signs are equal, both will be negative. I need to use all those rules. And now we can cancel. So this will cancel out. And the final answer is then x plus 4 over x minus 5. There's then that one's answer, number 4. And question 5 is finally long division. I hope you understand it now. Divide, multiply, subtract. That's what we're doing. How many times will x divide into here? X squared times. Remember what you do. This is x3 over x1. I subtract my indices. This is how I get that answer. Now I multiply, so it's x3 minus 4x squared. Change the second signs and add, so this one eliminates, and there we have 9x squared. Make sure about this previous step, because that's exactly where we go wrong. How many times will x now divide into 9x squared plus 9x times? Multiply. So then I have 9x squared minus 36x. Change the second signs and add. So this cancels out. And this is then 4x. We bring down that one. Minus 7. How many times will it divide in there? Plus 4 times. If we multiply now, we have 4x minus, if we multiply now there, we have 4x minus 16. That one was 36x. So, and again, we need to change the second signs and add minus and a plus. This is 0, negative 16 plus that one is 9, so it is remainder 9. Remainder 9. Right, grade 10s, we write then an achievement test on this work next week. Thank you.
I'm in Watamu along Kenya's coastline, which is commonly associated with tourists and white sandy beaches. But the locals have found hidden treasures in butterfly farming.
I am in Meru in eastern Kenya, where the growing and selling of cat is big business. However, the fortunes of this trade are now in doubt following a ban on exports of this crop to Somalia.
Is Africa ready for continental free trade? I am in Accra, Ghana, to find out what measures have been put in place to bring this vision into reality.
My name is Karine Mars, founder of Soyez Sublime, a company that designs, manufactures and sells capillary prosthesis, wigs.
In the past few years, yoga studios like this one began popping up all across the country, from luxurious beach resorts to slums in major cities. I'm in Nairobi to find out how entrepreneurs are cashing in on the wellness industry.
Omba Arts Trust is not just an organization for me. I think of it in the form of a person, a mother and a friend I have walked and grew with. A friend whom I've traveled many remote and dusty roads. A sister who provided so much needed support during times of fear and uncertainty.
kem tang ha ka kwa tsa khobra kho ka hintem ka tsite ka nyata ka khobra ko te ka tsi khuri tsite ka khobra o ka ko amka mati ai ka khoka kwa tsa ko khas ka isa ta go ku ngum as ka isa drum ku ka ka ku dan temka khoka tsi ku a dan khabati ka ku shekade kama aqeke kumtsaqa kwaka kama kale khatani umqwa nqaqwa ka hasiko ham qaqon ikake ngasheni kubiya oma nqaqosi nte aniya aniya digara wako ogo musa omkazwa tai na akazwa tai ko kudu amka akan kete kaka kwasi aka kwasi to kudu aka kai tani duchi sake kukuka kana borka kana kumka
There is a saying in Damara for people such as Omba, which is which simply means someone who will, with love, exchange your lean piece of meat with their fat one. It might sound simple when translated, but when used towards a loved and appreciated person, it gives such honor. It describes a person who will do everything to make sure you are taken care of. Besides, we all know how the Damaras love their meat.
It's Maria. Good. You want to put a bit near that
I have seen Omba grow and turn into a light of hope for Namibians all over Namibia. I have seen women and men grow as individuals, becoming respected members of their communities, but also valuable providers of their families. I have seen people with no hope in their eyes light up when they see Omba arrive to fulfill a promise which was made and which they did not believe will be kept. I have seen women dance and sing for hours until the dust from their feet covers us all because the old friend has arrived. I've seen women standing up in front of a large number of people and express their hopes and dreams. I've seen people who have never left their village travel hours and hours to other countries and share their culture and experiences. I have seen children grow and become young women and men before my very eyes. Omba has been the sister holding hands throughout it all. Omba has built valuable and strong relationship with communities, empowering both women and men, but the impact on women can be seen and felt most sincerely. The work with the women has such a ripple effect all over the whole village, most especially the young. Omba has taught them to fish. As times grow tougher and much more difficult, money becomes scarce. Environment around us changes and nothing will ever be the same again. In times like this is when we realize the value of a friend like Omba. It provides hope, constant support, reliable income, and keeping us all together, keeping our pots filled and our fires burning. A motivation to do better, live better, and expect better. If one day the unthinkable happens and Omba is no more, it will be a sad time for our Namibian rural population. Therefore, let's keep the light burning at all costs.
Ons staan mense is die eerste mense in die wêreld wat vandag agter gaan staan. Omba is nou die water wat vir ons nat maak. Dat onze wortels mooi groeien, dat ons vruchten kan brengen, kos kan brengen. Omba gee vir ons werk. En van daaraf leven ons.
It's just an amazing story that ostrich eggshell beads, 72,000 years ago, the ancestors of the San were making ostrich eggshell beads, and today in the 2020s, Junko women are still making those beads pretty much in the same way. And the work has evolved from fairly traditional products, this probably would have been worn like this, into something as sophisticated and contemporary as this necklace from the waterfall range. So here we are bringing the necklace to this gallery in Windhoek, and it then gets sold to customers in Europe, in America, and generating income for women, Junko women back in the Kalahari. So it's just an amazing thread of history that goes to this ostrich egg, to this contemporary jewellery. This basket I absolutely love. It's a finely woven basket in natural dyes. This asymmetry is very unique to Namibian baskets, and we've been working with these women, doing workshops and helping them evolve into these incredibly fine baskets. We've worked with the women developing different palettes, and there's another one with a slightly more yellow palette, but considered are the best baskets in Africa. What we're showing you in this short video is really a long journey of working together with rural communities, reviving ancient traditions, turning them into contemporary world-class products, and supporting the livelihoods of over 400 artisans. Even during COVID-19, we've been helping our sand communities with food and distribution of tippy taps. What we need to do now is to honour the trust that has been put in us over the last 30 years, to support marginalised sand communities and the livelihoods of rural women around Namibia. Your donation will help us get our 400 artisans back to work as soon as possible so that they can feed their families. The lives of their 2,000 family members will directly benefit from this. Please help us raise $50,000 by contributing to the Omba Artisan C19 Support Fund. No matter how big or small, this will make a difference in the lives of our artisans during COVID-19. Thank you.